Hello, Internet. This is BoneCarlos and Nav coming to you live from Neo Planet S with another Shoutcast kind of thing. How you doing over there, buddy?
Better than the last 24 hours.
Awesome. Today, the players are going to be NVRLand spawning as the Red Protoss. His opponent is going to be none other than DreadSleep. If you do not know who he is, he actually revolutionized the whole six pool as Terran, and it just stormed and paved the way for just an over-domination of Terran players, which was quickly nerfed by Blizzard. Both of these players are master level play, so expect some high level energy coming out of both of these guys. If not, raise the pitchforks, raise the torches, and we will all march together. So, PVZ, PVT, what do you expect out of masters level play, Nav?
Well, unfortunately, no one plays that unique style of like I do here in this specific matchup. So I expect bio, I expect multi-drops, I expect there to be charge lots.
Expect there to be charge lots and drops, huh?
Yep, but more importantly, I expect there to not be that glitch they had in Brood War where any race can turn their workers into mutilisks.
Was that an actual thing?
Yes, it was. I witnessed it. It really happened.
Wow.
It was pretty terrible. And it wasn't just Zerg.
Huh.
We could be probes. You can now be mutas.
Nice.
SCVs can now be mutas.
I never heard about that. Now, was that something that you could consciously do, or was it just a randomness?
No, it was a conscious thing. I've seen quite a few of those wonderful little hacks back in the Brood War days, but I'm highly excited about this game just because of the high level of play, and I don't think we've cast a PVT at this high a level in quite a while, so I'm pretty stoked for this.
Yeah, and already we've seen NVRLand doing something a little bit out of the ordinary. Instead of rallying his scouting probe directly into DreadSleep's base, he checked out over here in the northern section of the area on the third expansion, maybe, if you so chose, for any sort of proxiness, proxy barracks, any sort of cheeky shenanigans out of DreadSleep, and that's very good for him. Already, NVRLand is on his cybernetic score single gas, so I expect to see a Wings of Liberty-esque type play, while DreadSleep is doing something very much preferred in HOTS with that single Reaper opening.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have got in there and probably sniped himself several probes if he would have had that proxy barracks over there. Instead, because I mean that Reaper is essentially out right now, and if he was already over here in that third base expansion here, he would have finished probably a good while before that Cybercore finished, and then having to build the Stalker. He probably would have got at least a few probes.
Yeah, and right now, immediately after that barracks is that probe is shoot away, a reactor gets put down. So, and a command center. So reactor Hellions may be coming, or reactor Reapers coming out of DreadSleep just to buy himself some time to safely put down that expansion. And NVRLand actually puts down a quick expansion of his own, one gate expand immediately into a mothership core. He's going to be safe. It takes a while for these Reapers to actually kill a single probe, but with that mothership there, it's going to shoo away that Reaper. Now all that's left in that Reaper's life is scouting.
Yep, he's pretty much going to be only for that, and that's why I really don't expect this proxy barracks to pump Reapers. I'm more so expecting just to kind of increase the Marine count, maybe go for some kind of timing push at some moment.
There you go, and you are correct. Marines are being put up. Barracks, double barracks are being put down as well. A second refiner being put down without any SCVs on the first one. So I don't think this might be a little bit of an issue, since really there aren't any SCVs mining that Vespin gas.
Yep. Looks like if I really like to see this Reaper get out of here, there he goes. Because he's already kind of paid for himself with those two kills. You don't really expect that kind of Reaper to do too much, but he already did his job. Plus a little bonus with those worker pickoffs here.
Yep, so definitely that. So that's probably why his own workers were not in the Vespin gas. He was busy microing away at the front line. So he now, as soon as he gets himself some time, puts those workers back on the refiner command center, being upgraded into the orbital command. And still, this cheeky little Reaper is still going around scouting to make sure they're exactly what's going on. And ooh, a photonic overcharge is used to shoo away that Reaper. A bit of an overkill, I would say.
Yeah, he just really wanted that Reaper dead. My only thought on that is that he really wanted that Reaper gone as soon as possible, so he didn't have to delay anything that he possibly wanted to hide. Because, I mean, if that Reaper, if they do some kind of substantial attack here, I mean, even in the next 10-20 seconds or so, you know, just some kind of surprise, hi, here I am type thing, he's not going to be able to defend it because of that, because of him using that. But I don't see any movements going out on the map just yet. It's going to be a long while before Stim's done. So I don't see any pressure really coming out anytime soon.
Nah, you're correct. Right there, right when he could have attacked, it was only a single sentry and a stalker in the mothership core for defense going up against, I don't know, a squad of Marines, and without that photonic overcharge, it would have been a quick GG. I would think out of NVRLand, since his warp gate is just finished. But like you were saying, both players are playing defensively. Both players are playing macro. NVRLand has that double forge already continuing to churn out those upgrades. +1 in weapons, +1 armor. And really, in the space of DreadSleep, he still doesn't have a single engineering bay. Or he just finished up a single engineering bay, so he's definitely going to be behind on the upgrades for quite a while. NVRLand gearing up for a long macro style play. Given on the Twilight Council, the double forges, continuous pro production, getting those quick 2 assimilators at his natural expansion, and really playing just really defensively. Well, at the same time, here comes going to be a little bit of a push by DreadSleep. Plenty of Marines with a couple of Marauder backup. So this could be a very interesting, especially since NVRLand doesn't really have much in terms of defense.
Yeah, very true. But then again, you got to remember that photon overcharge. He is going to have enough energy in about 5 seconds here.
Yep.
And that's really going to be all the difference he's going to need.
Yeah, so there you go. There are no medevacs there just yet for defense. Stim is just about finished, so it looks like he's going to decide to push in as soon as Stim gets done, and it is. There it goes. Pushes forward with a single Marine. Going to take out this pylon, and a nice little bit of a pylon. A lot of people say it's a waste of 100 minerals, but he's going to be able to scout, see exactly when that push is coming, and warps in plenty of zealots there for defense. More of a little bit of an observer pylon, if you will, since he doesn't have any observers. He is a little bit of a supply block because of it, but still he knew when that attack was coming. He just warped in those zealots for defense in sort of just a panicky fashion.
Yep, and he's looks like he's going to try to go for it again here. He does have enough energy for a photon overcharge,
and
so expect it.
Yep, so now it looks like DreadSleep is forced to pull back. There's no way he's going to be able to push this forward, especially with the amount of zealots there with those sentries. I mean, he could just force field for a couple times. He's going to push forward, back and forth, a little bit there. Oh, catches a nice squad of Marines, stims forward the first half and just runs around the force field and then heads on home. Nice little save by DreadSleep.
Yeah, he didn't really lose too much there actually at all. I mean, that could have been way, way worse, but I mean, just good reaction time and just smart micro can, you know, really win the day.
Yeah, so he did save himself plenty of units. He didn't lose much. I mean, both players have lost 400 resources per, and here come those drops. I know NVRLand was building those that Templar archives. It is done, but does he have any on the field? Nope, not just yet. And this could actually hit him and cause quite a bit of damage, since that photonic overcharge was used, and that mothership core is only at 76 health at the moment.
Yep, I mean, this drop could do a lot of damage. He's got 4 more gateways warping in here on top of the 4 that he already has. He's going up to 8 gates. And, oh wow, he's got 2-2 almost done here.
Nope, so one forge goes down. This second one might go down as well. Oh, no. Immediately, NVRLand puts down 2 more forges, but at the same time, another squad is going to go ahead and attack the natural expansion mothership. There is there for defense. Didn't have enough energy for photonic overcharge. He's going to go ahead and pick away at the pylons. 2 pylons go down, but this squad is finally trapped. He's really got nowhere to go, so it's at the mercy of these charge lots. Is NVRLand going to give chase? Nope. Decides to head on back home because, again, the drop is there. Yo-yo action in effect. Oh, man, I hate seeing this as a Protoss. How do you feel seeing this as a Terranov?
Oh, it tickles my
Oh, Jesus. And there it goes. The medevacs pick up and head home. The damage is done. Looking at the units lost tab, resources definitely do favor DreadSleep, losing 400 resources less than NVRLand. But let's go ahead and take a look back at home at DreadSleep's base. Did he manage to put, yep, he puts down a 3rd orbital command. Or command center turning it into an orbital command and putting down those massive amounts of barracks. 4 more being put down in army for those +2 upgrades, double engineering base, single factory. So he's gearing himself up for just a very standard MMM ball, while it looks like NVRLand is trying to go into a sort of Charge Law Archon sort of thing, while at the same time he's going to take his 3rd.
Yep, I'm really glad he finally got those additional production facilities down, because those 8 gates for our Protoss player have been down for quite a while, so they're going to get a couple of really fat cycles of units through, even if some of them are zealots, meaning he has the ability, has charge, so it's already going to be, it's those Zealots are going to be hugely
Yeah,
helpful.
definitely. Here come the Chargers, going to go ahead and pick away at the just scouting Marines left and right. Now DreadSleep knows exactly when and where those expansions are, but decides not to do anything just yet since he is slightly underpowered. I feel. I mean, the army supply does definitely favors DreadSleep 69 to actually fresh warping matches them up exactly at 69 apiece. So hooray for those Zealots! And here comes this again, this split action that the Terran loves to do. One in the south end, one at the north. It looks like wherever NVRLand goes is where DreadSleep is going to attack. He's going to push forward at the north end with that fresh expansion, but at the same time going to attack from the south on the natural. So it looks like NVRLand is going to be in quite a bit of a hammer anvil kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's been said many times that this map in Protoss, it's very, very hard to take a third base here. So I mean, he's really going to have to, you know, really work to keep these expansions. There we go. I'd really like to see that push get in there, and it is finally getting in there. I'm really predicting he's going to be able to go ahead and snipe this third. It is gone, then he'll just pack up and back off here. But the threat of a counterattack is imminent because he did lose a chunk, I believe, a small chunk of his units at the natural during that attack.
Yeah, he did. He lost quite a bit, but still managed to pick up and head into the main of NVRLand. And it looks like a single soccer there for defense. I don't want to be a pessimist, but I don't think, nope, soccer did not do it for defense. NVRLand is just losing pylon left and right here. 3 warp gates unpowered. DreadSleep just picks up and goes home, while at the same time dropping again at that third and picking off whatever he can. Workers kill counter actually 8 now, 9 in the favor of DreadSleep, 10 I believe. Oh my, oh my, oh my. NVRLand is quite supply blocked.
It's definitely supply blocked at this point. This is going to help him out here, because if he were to actually get what his ideal, you know, push out and just go, you know, go for it, he's hugely ahead on upgrades. I mean, DreadSleep here is about 50 seconds out from finishing 2-2, and you know, NVRLand already has his 3-3 about 50 seconds underway now, so he has a huge upgrades advantage here. He's going to have a production advantage here once he gets these 2 gateways that are unpowered repowered, and just move on in there. Just don't let the Terran keep this third base. Try to do some kind of counterattack to really hinder the progress that they were managed to achieve.
So now it comes up. Really, this has been all in DreadSleep's favor. Ghosts are on the field. They're going to make short work of any Archons that are on the field, including High Templar, Hellbats. So Ghost, Hellbats with a little bit of an MM backup. So perfect choice by DreadSleep to go for those Hellbats, since they just shred those Zealots.
That is definitely true. One thing you do got to keep in mind, though, is however, yes, they do 30 damage to light here. The one, like, a small token that these Zealots have is that they are 2-2 creeping up on 3-3, so they do have 3 armor. So those Hellbats are going to be a little bit less effective than what we'd be used to, based on the you know, the lack of upgrades that they have and the almost max armor and weapons that these Zealots are going to have. So it's gonna be a little closer than it should be.
So the small saving grace, but Ghost here with those EMPs. DC EMPs will just nullify any sort of Protoss shielding, which, as you know, as a Protoss player, is just rough to get your entire army EMP'd. Another orb, actually Planetary Fortress, is going to be put down at the 4th base, while both players are just macroing up to their respective tech paths. And right now, High Templar, Colossi by NVRLand, pretty much what you want to see when you're going up against Terran as a Protoss player, but not in the state that he is in, especially, I would say, behind in the economy. But here he comes. Finally, we see a warp in. Chargers going in at the 3rd. They're going to get themselves plenty of SCV kills. Finally, DreadSleep decides to pull on back, and the entire army is there. Unfortunately for the Protoss army, it can't pick up and go home. There it goes. Looking at the workers kill count, 7 workers killed, so trying to even the odds in the economic advantage that DreadSleep had for quite a while, and slowly but surely he might be able to get on back. And I love what DreadSleep is actually doing, sending a small squad of his units to pick off any sort of pylons there, to just cancel any sort of counterattacks in the future.
Yeah, very true here. I mean, it's unfortunate that our Protoss player has an upgrade advantage right now. He's got a couple Colossus, a bunch of Zealots, some Sentries and everything here, but he can't really capitalize on his upgrade advantage right now, just because of how much harass and how much damage has been done.
So right now we see again, DreadSleep looks like he wants to gear up and go towards that final push. Looking at the work resources lost, both players are around similar spots, but it's all going to come down to units and unit management micro. I mean, it looks like both players have the tech that they want, and DreadSleep is just forcing the hand of NVRLand. Scans do reveal where the army is. Ghosts in the front. They're going to lay down a beautiful EMPs. Most, if not all, of these zealots are down. Luckily for him, none of the High Templar were, and here come the storms. Force a retreating action. Snipes are going to go ahead and pick off the rest of the High Templar. Here come the Chargers, going to go ahead and push forward. EMPs are going to get the rest of the Sentries, rest of the Colossi. Now it comes down to the overwhelming force of the Zealots. Oh my, they charged in 3-3, saving grace and all. Entire army of DreadSleep was crushed, especially with that reinforcement. Just Zealots warped in from the natural expansion. Oh my, oh, I love that.
Yep, that was definitely nice here. I mean, DreadSleep's 3-3 is is about to finish up here, so we just gotta hope that he can get his units out fast enough here. But that's the might of the warp in. He was literally warping in units as the battle was happening, whereas us Terrans, we just have to queue stuff up and
yeah,
hope all
here
goes
comes
well.
a small squad of ghosts are just going to get turned up. A little bit of a micro miss rally by DreadSleep, lost a lot of those ghosts. Finally, an EMP gets put down on all of those zealots, and NVRLand, sensing the advantage, decides to pull on back while solidifying his forces, putting down pylons. A train of pylons are going across the entire map just to get himself some reinforcement action, and now DreadSleep is caught in between two places. Does he want to attack and lose his army or lose this third base? He decides to just sack the third and lift off and head home. The Mr. Turrets are going to go ahead and pummel the Colossi. Focus Fire brings that down, and still add-ons are being added by DreadSleep. I'm sure that's just a little bit of a hotkey issue. SCVs do manage to get saved up, and the Orbital Command is going to go ahead and get away to safety, but now, wow, what does DreadSleep have? He doesn't really have much. Looking at the army supply, 114 to NVRLand, 81 to DreadSleep, definitely in the favor of NVRLand. Here it comes. Are those supply depots going to go up? Nope, stem back and forth. The supply depots are still down. Psionic Storms get down most of the Zealots. Bunker will go down nearly instantaneous. DreadSleep is forced to get up on them back. Another Psionic Storm on those Zealots for good measure. And Vikings are going to go ahead and churn away at this Colossi, but it matters not. Zealots, High Templar, Archons in the main base of DreadSleep. Both players' food are plummeting down below 100. It looks like it's going to be finally cleaned up by DreadSleep, but really at what cost? There's still an Archon, a Sentry, and a Stalker there. Up against a bunch of Vikings. Here it comes. Hellbats, Vikings drop, land, attack, pummel away. I don't think NVRLand is just all over the place, especially reinforcing that natural expansion and attacking it directly with pure Zealots. Oh my, this is just great play.
This is pretty much just a case of the battle didn't go exactly as he wanted based on those warp-ins. I mean, it really could have went that way anywhere on the field because of the amazingness of warp gates and be able to reinforce anywhere. But it's just, I feel like warp gates won that game for him, and and he should have waited for.
Oh, well, there you go. And now a nice fresh army of DreadSleep, 90 supply, NVRLand at 95, and it looks like a little back and forth action because this train of pylons are going to might be taken down. Archon's High Templar, one doesn't have enough for a Psionic Storm, but there is a Colossi chasing it from the rear. Again, a pincer attack, but as soon as DreadSleep sees that, he's going to go ahead and snipe it down. Doesn't want to use stim just yet because there are no medevacs on the field. Quickly takes it down, pummels it away, and going to go ahead and head on back home. Now these Vikings are almost useless since there aren't any Vikings really there or any Colossi there for it to target just yet. And it looks like this fourth or third base is finally going to be retaken yet again. Natural mined out, main mined out. All that's left remaining is this mining fourth base with this planetary fortress. Does wow, NVRLand does not know it's there. Oh my.
Yep, and it looks like here. I mean, I may have spoke my opinion of how this game is going to go a little too soon here because I really thought that they were based on the army sizes that wasn't gonna go well for him, but the lack of AA sometimes can really get you.
So
sometimes.
Here we go. Zealot, High Templar, Archon. So Charge Law, Archon. A little bit of a staple. I love doing this against Terrans myself. And a single Zealot's going to go ahead and attack directly into this SCV line. Going to try to bait this army out of position and maybe swoop in from the north. But a scan does reveal exactly where the army is. NVRLand trying to set the trap. DreadSleep not falling for it. Lands all his Vikings. Says, what the hell, come at me. And now it looks like the army of NVRLand is going to go straight for the heart again of DreadSleep. Decides to pull on back. Oh, where is this going? Psionic Storm, huge storms! Oh, what a misstep by DreadSleep. Almost the entire army of his command was just pummeled with those Psionic Storms. Now it's just Archons, Zealots. Zealots are still warping in from the back. The entire army has been cleaned up by NVRLand. And now what does he have left? Looking at the bank, he does have plenty for a reinforcement army, but not the production facilities really he needs. He doesn't have that many. He just has plenty of barracks, but where are they going? When are they building? And when are they going to get there?
Yep, very, very true here. I mean, I feel like those upgrades are really helping him out in the long haul here. He's even got level 1 plasma shields.
So there you go. I mean, why not? Since he used it up everywhere else, he now feels safe to start churning out those Colossi yet again. And right now, he's still building the probes. So wow, good for NVRLand to continue up with his economy. Here he goes, another little bit of a push, but there isn't much there for defense. And it looks like this might be the final engagement with that Colossi taking out all of those Marines from afar. Charge, stem, micro, not enough. The numbers are just too much for NVRLand. So great game on both sides. I don't want to take anything away from NVRLand or DreadSleep. It just really shows the power of both sides of these races with the multi-pronged drops, the harassment from the Terran, and also just what happens when you let your Protoss opponent get too high on the tech tree with those high Templar, with those Colossi, with those upgrade advantages. And wow, just really great game overall.
Yep, definitely highlighted the strengths between both. I feel like this game was a perfect example of each race's strengths.
So that was it for this replay. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave comments down below on what we could do to make them more enjoyable for you. Also, if you have one of your own replays you'd like for us to cast, feel free to upload them to one of the major replay sites. Drop.sc is very popular, as is GG Tracker. It's getting up there in rank currently. I think it just got promoted into Diamond. So that's it for me. I am out of here.
I'm in the mood for fried chicken.